Hello, welcome back to another video on speculation. Hard to believe, but it's been almost 2 months since I made one of these videos. No doubt, the speculative aspect of the comic book market has not slowed down one bit. Not one bit. It's hard to go by 1 week or 2 weeks without another hot book surface because of some kind of news from potentially a movie or TV appearances and not that I like it. There's nothing that many of us can do about it. For those that does not participate in the mania, like me, who I don't actively buy and sell in the speculative market. It is kind of scary to see how some book get hot real quickly, okay, and then some book get hot and then for very little good reasons. For example, most recent news over here is casting news for the X-Men movie with Jubilee and Psylocke. Oof, what can I say about Jubilee? Jubilee is probably one of my least favorite X-Men. Okay, I'm pretty sure I gave away my copy years ago, and I don't miss it. But the heating up of this book, the first appearance of Jubilee, X-Men 244, I think. It is kind of fun to watch from the sideline because for sure I think a lot of people will agree that regardless of what they plan to use with Jubilee in the movie, most likely her role would be small to minimal. Jubilee is not going to be a character that carry the movie, not like Wolverine. Okay, Wolverine is the center of the Fox X-Men universe. Okay, regardless of how he is in the comic books, no doubt the stardom of Hugh Jackman had propelled Wolverine into the center point of the X-Men franchise. That's why Days of Future Past was modified to have Wolverine as the centerpiece. So the inclusion of Jubilee is, by fun, is going to be somewhat like what I will think will happen, just like Bishop. How Bishop show up in 2 or 3 scenes altogether, maybe not even 5 minutes on the big screen. So, for those that can remember far enough, 2 years ago when the first appearance of Bishop heats up, let's see how well the first appearance of Jubilee will fare in the next year or two, and then what will happen after the movie. One thing for sure, the sign of the speculative market not weakening is that there is no memory. Okay, when there is no memory of what happened, that means that the reversal of the bubble or the bursting of the bubble is not going to happen anytime soon. Okay, that's at least to me. When I see something like that, where you see how the first appearance of Malekith, the first appearance of Bishop, the first appearances of Viper, the first appearance of Silver Samurai, many of these B, C level character that got hot and heat up because of the movie appearances, and then they fizzle and flush away. All of those has happened in the last 2 or 3 years, and yet we still do not have a slowdown of the speculative market. regardless of how silly the character is. Even one book that, for whatever reason, is heating up per the internet, Teen Titan 16, Captain Carrot. Why? Why is this book even heating up? I don't know. Can anyone clue me in why Captain Carrot is hot? And then you have, and occasionally I think the market missed the mark. Occasionally, I think the market forgot something, and it's not every day that I can bring you hard book alert. I can't even say that without even bust out laughing. Hot book alert, Other YouTubers are good at those kind of things because they specialize in hot book alert. I can't even say it. Okay. One of the other characters that got heat up the last couple of weeks is Hellcat. Okay. And Hellcat is a cool character, and that's go back to the day of the cat. How she found the costume of the cat. But one book that for some reason has escaped the mind of speculators is this book, Avenger 141. The character, okay, that eventually wear the costume of the Hellcat in issue 144 was reintroduced in this book. And sure, her previous first and only appearances is in the page of, well, let's not go further than the Silver Age, but in, I think, Fantastic Four annual number 2 or 3, something like that, where she make a brief showing, which is not a big deal, but her Bronze Age reintroduction into the universe happened in this book. So I am extremely surprised that the market ignored this book, much like how Carol Danvers' first appearances is in Marvel Superheroes issue 13, and that book get hot along with Ms. Marvel #1 when she got her power. The character of Hellcat show up in this book in issue 141. Okay, so here's a close-up look at the inside of Avenger 141. Okay, so here's the first time she show up. Okay, not sure why they even hide her face. It's not as if any readers would recognize her, right? And then there you go. Beast recognize her. Patsy Walker. There you go. So there she is, and then in issue 144, that's where she found the costume of the cat and put it on and become Hellcat. So, for those that want to speculate, by the time you watch this video, it might be too late. I'm sorry. But it's one of the few things that I can say, hot books alert. Not so hot. Hellcat is not gonna be a big character. I don't think so. But before I go, I was having a exchange with another friend over the email about hot books and supplies and demand, and one of the things that I told him, this is just my opinion, okay, I don't really have any empirical facts and data to back it up, but I was telling him about I talk all the time about the market, supplies and demands. And one of the things that are true to the supplies and demand and value is low to mid-grade bronze or silver non-keys book. If you go on eBay, okay, and you're trying to buy average mid-grade readers of bronze or silver age, they are fairly cheap. Most of them are listed below guide, and most of them are sold not even half guide, a third of guide. Okay, they are so cheap, and in many ways, that's a true supplies and demand as far as those books are concerned. When it comes down to hard books, I told him, in my view, that is a reflection of that's not a reflection of supplies and demand. None whatsoever, in my opinion. Because, for example, if when the news of Jubilee is gonna be cast in a movie, and savvy sellers on eBay jack up the price from $5 to $20, that has nothing to do with the demand for that book. What happened is the savvy seller, knowing how the markets will behave, will jack up the price to $20 or $30 for their copy, right? And then you have sellers, buyers that just cannot help themselves, that feel the need to have these things for whatever reason. I don't know what the reason is, but whatever the reason, felt that they should pay 20, should pay 20 or $30 for the book, is willing to jump up into the tier to pay up for the book. So that's not a supply and demand. It's more like, I'm trying to come up with the right economic term for it, but it's not a supply and demand issue. It's more, it's a perfect definition of a speculative market, okay? Because it has nothing to do with supplies and demand. Nobody cares if this, how rare the first appearance of Jubilee is. Nobody cares how common it is. Nobody cares what's gonna happen to the character in the movie. It's just a matter of the character is in the movie. We're gonna mark it up because there will be somebody willing to pay that high for that book at this moment. And whether 2 years from now, when the movie came out and she appeared in 3 scenes and the book go down to $2, sucks to be the one that paid 20, right? So that's my take on how the speculative market plays in regard to supplies and demand, because it has very little to do with the true supplies and demand. And that's it for this video. Thanks for watching.